District Governor, Rotary Dr. Pawan Gupta, former Finance Minister of Punjab, Sardar Manpreet Singh Badal, Editor of the Tribune, Mr. Kamar Sandhu, RI officers, President Elects, fellow Rotarians, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to all of you. It's an honor, it's a privilege, and it's a responsibility to lead a team of 113 committed Rotarians who are going to be the presidents of their clubs and lead their clubs. I also have the luxury of seeking advice and support from many past district governors who have left their mark on our movement in our district. Few years ago, when Mr. Manpreet Badal chose to take a lonely path of changing things, I, along with few friends, were enthused, and in fact 3 of them are in this room. We were there to welcome him when he marched to Golden Temple in Amritsar. Then there were heady days in Delhi when I sat in the sun listening to Anna Hazare and Arvind Kejriwal at Jantar Mantar. Those 5 days that I spent at Jantar Mantar convinced me that if one can galvanize people's support by capturing their imagination, much can be achieved. One lesson which the outcome of Delhi election has taught us is that one has to be persistent and one has to be within the system to make the changes. Second lesson is that unless we change ourselves, we innovate, we will find ourselves redundant and getting pushed to the dustbins of history. I too aspire to bring few changes, but at the same time, I know that change can happen only if I lead by example and carry Rotarians with me. As a governor, one can set priorities and provide direction, but the actual work takes place in the clubs. Hence, my priority is to work very closely with all the incoming presidents and ensure that they succeed, because if you succeed, I succeed. And we are all going to work together as a team. In Indian Army, the most important role is of a commanding officer of a unit. Each commanding officer seeks to win the confidence, the trust and the faith of his officers and troops, and tries to build a lifelong relationship which is based on mutual trust and faith. This he does by exhibiting highest ethics, integrity and honesty. Similarly, in Rotary, the most important, in fact the only critical unit is of a club. Each president is like a commanding officer of his club, and you also have to earn the trust and respect of your members, for which you need to commit yourself to the task ahead. The goal and the direction we will take during the coming year has to be a shared aspirational goal of the entire club and the district. There must be active engagement and participation of your club members in the projects you undertake and the functions you conduct. There is one unique feature in Army unit, that is, there is a strong sense of pride, and people die for that. Izzat is the biggest thing in an Army unit, and this is something which we need to instill in all our clubs, the sense of pride through our social commitment and the deep satisfaction we seek from helping the people who need us the most. I want to see strong and closely knit clubs. I disapprove any kind of internal politics. I assure each one of you that I will work to bring harmony in the clubs and in the district. When I reflect on the 20 years I have been in Rotary, I realized that I achieved 2 objectives. One was of fellowship, and the second was the opportunity to serve the underprivileged. It is a matter of great satisfaction to each one of us sitting in this hall today that we have made India polio-free. Today we fight the challenges thrown by militants and internal insurgency in Pakistan, Afghanistan and Nigeria. And I salute today all the volunteers and Rotarians who have lost their lives in these countries to the bullets fired by the misguided individuals. It is so ironical that these Rotarians gave up their lives trying to save the lives of the children, and some of them belonging to these militants themselves. Our guests would understand that all of us seek satisfaction through our service, and there is no permanent path. All of us have stipulated 1 year of service as leaders, and in case of a governor, you do this only once in your lifetime. We raised money from our own sources, and sir, it would be interesting to tell you that we have raised more than $1.2 billion. We open hospitals, hold numerous health checkup camps, and do absolutely free cardiac surgeries for children, for families living below poverty line. We have today past President Rotarian Langar from Rajori here. He organized a camp a few months ago in Jammu. Just a day before the camp, a curfew was clamped in the valley. Still, 100 families crossing all hurdles came to Jammu, and doctors from Escorts and PGI examined these children, and we were able to identify 76 children who are currently undergoing surgeries, and they would hopefully be able to lead life with a new hope. I asked the doctors that day in Jammu, I said, these children must be showing tremendous improvement in health once they undergo successful surgeries. To my shock, I was told that the growth is slow, as these families cannot afford to give nutritious food to the children because they live in such abject poverty. These days, when we talk about the prices of onions and potatoes, I always think, can a poor man even afford to eat vegetables? I know when a poor man falls sick and he has to undergo health care, the entire family gets financially wiped out and fall prey to money lenders. So this gives rise to another option of projects for us, and that is of microfinancing, where people can avail loans for their business at a very meager interest rate. The amount can be as less as 5 to 10,000. The experience of Nobel laureate Abdul Salam from Bangladesh shows that the bad loan percentage is less than 1%. Imagine this man from Bangladesh is doing microfinancing in USA, one of the richest countries in the world. This also gives rise to another priority of economically empowering people living under poverty line. The ever-widening gap between have and have-nots is going to cause a lot of strain on the social fabric of our society. We need to run vocational training courses like tailoring, fashion designing, and beautician courses for girls, because all the girls and the ladies want to dress up well, want to look pretty, so there is a huge scope. And we need lots of boys for sanitary work, carpentry, masonry and computers. If you look around in Punjab, where do we get these people from? We get these people from Bihar and Odisha. Now people, ever since Manrega has started, have stopped coming to Punjab, and you find lesser and lesser of these people and more expensive. So this is something which we can start in our clubs, and this will help train people, getting them to have a gainful employment and de-escalate the tension building in the society. Hygiene remains a big concern area. Nearly 50% of Indians do not have toilets in their homes. Can you imagine the loss of dignity which they face when they have to go to the fields and the farmer tells them, please don't sit here. Do you know one of the major reasons of sexual harassment of women is lack of toilets? If 40% of the girls drop out in the age 9 to 13 from schools, it is because schools in India do not have toilets for girls. So this is something which we can do. And if my home club could raise $60,000 this month from Rotary Foundation to build 325 toilets in people's houses, I'm sure everybody else can do that. What is the most critical factor? If we want to do significant projects, it is the ability to raise funds. How will we get these funds? The answer is quite simple. We need to showcase to our society our well-meaning intention by doing good projects like eye hospitals, homes for mentally challenged, and home for elderly. Then you will find there is no dearth of donors. Secondly, we need to learn from the example of Palampur. They approach their MLAs and Member of Parliaments and are able to raise the basic amount required for Rotary Foundation. We did that with our MLA in Amritsar this year, and we have President Adarsh sitting here. He has raised a record amount from Kangra this year through his MLAs and MPs. So if we can do it, all of us can do that. And let me give you an opportunity. The 2014 elections are coming. These guys are going to come to you, ask for your votes. Tell them, we will do even more than that. We will do projects for you in your community which will fetch you votes and will do you good. I'm sure they will give you the money. Where is the problem? We are hesitant to ask. We need to have the strength, the belief to ask people, and the money will start coming. My priority during the year would be to encourage and support many more clubs to seek matching grants for these projects, and we need to start now. We will not wait till 1st July. We will start identifying projects we can do in our clubs, whether a single club or 2 to 3 clubs together, and look for matching partners to these projects. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, for me, each Rotarian is a chief guest. Everyone in this district will get the same recognition. I plan to minimize the time spent on pleasantries and keep things simple. From the next function, we would devote one session for internal debate on how to improve our organization. There are numerous people in our district with tremendous amount of experience. I hope to gain from their inputs. I categorically tell all clubs and Rotarians that I will not accept any material gift during my club visit or district function. The honor which you have given to me is enough for my lifetime. Please use all this money for doing projects. Rotarians, we feel we have long speeches which are repetitive in nature. I assure you, all functions will be short, crisp, and I will try to get the best speakers from within and outside the district. Lastly, the key word is together. Together we will dream, together we will aspire, together we will work, together we will laugh, and together we will achieve. Thank you very much.